Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a little 6,000 mile, 7-month review, I guess, of owning my Gladiator. Tell you some of the things I like, some of the things I dislike or wish were, I guess, different. I don't know. Like, obviously there's nothing I hate about this Gladiator. I am obsessed with it. I love it. It was my dream vehicle and I got it. So like I said, nothing I really hate about it. It's just there's some things I guess I dislike about it, but it's not the end of the world. I'll survive. It'll be fine. So I'm not quite at 6,000 yet. I rarely drive this thing. Like, we live on the road full time, obviously, but the Jeep gets plateaued. So when we do like long distances, it's hooked up to our RV, so it doesn't count the mileage, which is nice. But yeah, so I have 5,800 right around. And I don't know, I was gonna do a 5,000 review, but I completely forgot, so 6,000 it is. So I did a couple new things since you guys have seen my Jeep last. I finally got my VKS bumper painted. I did a gloss black on it. I think it looks pretty good. Didn't do powder coat, just regular paint, which I kind of wish I did powder coat, because when we flat tow it, you can see the paint kind of got chipped, but no big deal. And then I also got these halos, these LED halos from Off-Road LED Bars. They're super bright. I don't know if you guys have seen them in my last video, but I don't think I ever pointed them out. So those are new. And then moving on to the inside, I got my PRP seat covers. I just did the front for now because the back obviously is Hazel's little dog cover, so I don't really need them. But they fit super well. They look amazing too, but I just got the pink accents with the charcoal gray, and then the center is black. And then last thing I got was a NEXAR dash cam, which you guys saw in my last video. But yeah, so those are the couple things that have changed. Nothing too crazy. Another thing I did, not obviously a crazy deal, but I took out the spare tire, because obviously you can't fit a 40. I think the biggest size you can fit under here is a 37. But I mean, there was no purpose for it. It was kind of just added weight at that point. So yeah, took that out. I think that is all I've done really. I got it re-geared also, but I think I went over that in one of my last videos as well. But yeah, so that's what the build is looking like so far. Overall thing about the Gladiator that I don't like, I guess, it's just the fact that it's very loud. When you're driving it, like, not the engine or anything, it's just the wind noise. I noticed it the day I picked it up from the dealership, and was driving it home. I was like, okay, like, this is really loud, but I thought it was just because I was on the highway. But I mean, Jeeps overall are pretty loud, especially the soft top. This is a hard top, so I thought it'd be nice and quiet, but it wasn't. I know you can get the little like foam inserts that go on the roof. Might do that eventually. I've seen some people say that they get the dealerships to put in like new seals, I guess around the windows or whatever on the hardtop. But I mean, it's a brand new vehicle. You would hope that they would have fixed the sound issue, but like I said, not the end of the world. Another thing I dislike, I don't know if it's just my Jeep or if everyone's Jeep does this, but the button you have to push to start the Jeep, God, it's stuck in there. So you're supposed to obviously just be able to hit this and have your foot on the brake, and of course it starts right up when I try to show you guys. Sometimes when I hit it, it doesn't work. I have to like sit here and do it like 2 or 3 times for the Jeep to even start, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why it does that. And then sometimes, I don't know where my key fob is. Sometimes you have to push like your actual key fob onto the button. It gives me that message sometimes. Like I said, not the end of the world, just annoying. I'm trying to think. I honestly think that's all that I really dislike. Oh, another thing, I think the paint quality, I don't know if it's necessarily the quality, I think it's mainly the clear coat. It's not very thick, I guess, compared to the JKU. I got a very small rock chip in it when I had my stock tires on, which were all terrains. So they usually hold like the little rocks, not the big ones like the mud terrains I have on now do. But I don't know, it's just like, my JKU would have rocks flung up, because I don't know if you guys have seen my old build on my Instagram, but I had very, very, very skinny fenders on there, so everything got flicked up, and I never had a rock chip. And then this, I have it for not even like a month, and there's a rock chip from an all-terrain. I don't know, just kind of pisses me off. But I mean, I don't know, I'm thinking about getting it maybe ceramic coated, or getting the paint protection film to just protect the paint, since I'm going to be off-roading a little bit more, especially in Moab and stuff, and I just don't want to deal with rock chips, because I am a psycho when it comes to my paint. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only things that I dislike about the Gladiator and wish they kind of fixed, I guess. So now the things I love about my Gladiator. First thing is obviously the look of it. I'm not a fan of stock Gladiators. I mean, like, they're nice and everything, but I think the Gladiators look the best when they're lifted. That's why I didn't waste any time lifting mine and putting the big tires on it. I just love that look. Another thing I love about this Jeep, it rides so smooth. Like, even before I had it lifted, like, yes, my expensive suspension obviously has something to do with how it rides now with 40s, but even when it was stock, like, just compared to my JK, like, this thing is so smooth, rides so smooth, like, you don't even feel the bumps. Like, obviously you feel them, but not like a usual Jeep where if, like, you hit a bump, you're bouncing up and down, or you're getting thrown around the Jeep. Like, that was my biggest pet peeve in my JK. Like, I literally hated off-roading in that. Like, I was just miserable. Where this thing, I can go 40, 50 miles an hour down a dirt road that has, like, those whoops in it and everything, and it's so smooth. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. So I really like that. I know some people were kind of like weird about the long wheelbase, and they're like, what's it like, is it gonna be good, is it gonna be worse? Like, yes, it's obviously gonna be not as good off-road, I guess, compared to like a two-door Jeep, or even a four-door, but I mean, for me, it's perfect. I tried out a trail in Washington when we were out visiting my boyfriend's family in Seattle, and it was just like you go up a hill and kind of go down, and it just, I'll attach the video. But my Jeep did great. I mean, it did slip a little bit and it started to wobble, which terrified me, but I feel like if I was in a two-door, like, that thing would have rolled over. So I think the long wheelbase definitely has more good things about it than bad, I guess. I'm not complaining, I love it. Not to mention, the truck bed is so convenient. It's so nice not having to get the interior of my Jeep dirty. Like, if we go to the beach or hiking or something, you can just throw everything that's muddy and sandy in the truck bed. Not even have to worry about your interior getting dirty. So another thing to add about the long wheelbase, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm a blonde, leave me alone. Another thing to add to the long wheelbase is just that this on highways, like at high speeds, like at 80, 90 miles an hour, this thing is so nice. Like, I know most of you Jeep owners know, like, if you go fast in a Jeep, you're all over the road, with, especially on a windy day. Like, you know how it is. But this thing honestly handles so well. It handled a little bit worse when it was stock. I don't know if it was just too light or whatever, but it would kind of get thrown around. But now that it's lifted and it's on 40s and whatever, like, I can just go 80 on the highway and not have to be scared or worried that it's just gonna pull me or whatever. So yeah, that's really nice about it. And the 8-speed transmission that the Gladiators and the new Jeeps in general have. There's so much more speed, and it doesn't, like, this Jeep doesn't struggle at all going uphill or anything. Like, yes, it's re-geared, but even when it had the stock 373s in it, this thing was amazing. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, another thing I like too, just all the storage. Like, I really don't keep a lot in my car. Like, the only thing that's really in my back seat, like, there's the underneath storage. Everything under there is just like my Adams polishes, like drying towels, my microfibers, the polish, stuff like that. So I keep all of that in there, that way it doesn't get dirty anywhere else. Yeah, there's just so much storage. It sits 4 people comfortably. I did have five total, so there was 3 people in the back seat. They said it was a little tight and crammed, but I mean, most Jeeps in the back seat, they're not very roomy. Definitely not like a family vehicle. those are like my main things, I guess, that I love about the Gladiator. Like I said, the main is just like, I love the appearance of it. I love the ride quality. And it's just a good overall truck. Like, I didn't really like trucks, or like I never really did. But I was like, I don't know. Like, if you're between the Wrangler and the Gladiator, I feel like the Gladiator's the way to go. If you like travel a lot, or you just like off-roading and like camping, I don't know, it's just more like the overland lifestyle, because your interior doesn't have to get disgusting. You have the truck bed, you can throw everything in there. I don't know, like, I just love it. Like, I can't emphasize how much I love this Jeep. Like, I'm so happy that I was able to afford this and get it. But it's just an overall good truck. Like, just get a Gladiator.